There was a time in Star Wars Legends where a dream match of sorts took place between none other than Darth Vader and a resurrected Maul. This battle took place not long before the Battle of Yavin and the destruction of the first Death Star. Vader and a group of stormtroopers were lured to the moon Kalikar 6 after having been fed information that the rebels would be passing off the recently stolen Death Star plans there. However, after Vader arrived, his troopers were slaughtered by an almost unseen force, and Vader himself is greeted by a group of dark side adherents. These specific adherents believe that Vader was unfit to serve at the Emperor's side due to his past as Anakin Skywalker, Jedi Knight, and declaring that a piece of Anakin still remained inside of the Sith Lord. It was these adherents who lured Vader to Kalikar 6, feeding him the false information of the rebels and the stolen Death Star plans. Vader, of course, is none too pleased with this deception or the accusation that he is an unfit Sith Lord and the idea that Skywalker still remained buried underneath a cold black armor. In the adherents' words, a spark of light yet to be extinguished. Vader ignites his blade, having heard enough, and takes a furious swing at these newfound enemies. However, Vader's red blade is blocked by another weapon, one familiar but not seen for many years. Vader gazes in shock as the Zabrak Darth Maul stands before him, his double-bladed lightsaber glowing and pressing against Vader's own blade. "How have you done this?" Vader questions. "He was slain years ago. This cannot be him." "Can it not?" one of the adherents mocks. "There are ways those who are no more can live again. There are ways to create an individual, to mold an individual in every way, if the hate is strong enough. We took it upon ourselves to resurrect a proper apprentice for the Master, rather than one who is tainted." The adherents go on to say that the Emperor does not currently know about this, but believes he will smile upon them once he learns of their gift. "Maul will prove himself by slaying you. The Emperor will be pleased." Soon after this, the epic duel breaks out. Fiery red sabers clash. Maul taunts Vader, insisting that he can still see a lone light in Vader that refuses to extinguish. "Not like me," Maul growls. "My darkness, my hatred is unending." During the battle, Vader shows his power by using the Force to lift the arm of a dead stormtrooper, aim the blaster at Maul, and fire. The Zabrak is able to use his blade to block the incoming fire and uses the Force himself to hurl the already deceased troopers into the fiery lava below them. The adherents watch from above as Vader and Maul battle on top of cliffs and near lava in what has been a very evenly matched duel thus far. Vader brings his lightsaber down hard onto the hilt of Maul's own weapon, which causes his double-bladed saber to split in two. This, however, doesn't hinder Maul, as he simply now uses the two halves as weapons on their own. Maul even manages to strike Vader's helmet, looking on as it briefly malfunctions. Now, your master will have an apprentice worthy of the Sith. As Vader attempts to regain his composure, Maul continues to taunt the Sith. "Your hate was not nearly enough." Suddenly, before Maul can even react, Vader uses the Force to pull his saber, which had fallen onto the cold, hard ground, back towards him. It lands in his hand in front of his abdomen, and he ignites its blade, causing it to pierce himself, and then cut through Maul, who was standing behind him. Maul screams in shock and pain. He struggles to breathe. "What could you hate enough to destroy me?" Behind the black eyes of Vader's mask, his own cold eyes gaze into Maul. "Myself," he simply replies. Maul falls to the ground, and Vader soon stands before the Sith adherents, who declare that Vader's victory simply should not be possible. Vader once again ignites his blade, ready to slay these enemies who hope to be responsible for his demise. But before he can strike, a surge of lightning electrocutes them all, turning them into nothing more than a pile of bones. Vader turns to see Sidious standing behind him, and bows in submission. It would turn out, Sidious's shuttle followed Vader to Kalikar 6, hoping the Death Star plans would be retrieved, before learning, of course, that this was only a ruse. Vader explained that the adherents recreated Maul, but he doesn't know how. Then the two of them, master and apprentice, prepare to board Sidious's shuttle, but before they can, Vader questions whether or not any of this was known to Sidious. The Acolytes attempt to destroy Vader. Sidious insists that of course not. He had no idea. "There's much to do, Lord Vader," Sidious goes on. "The plans in the hands of the rebels must be found. I will not have my Death Star at risk. Follow me. Vader rises to his feet. Yes, my master. This story comes from the comic series Star Wars Tales, issue number 9, and this is a legend story, so of course a bit different than what we would see in the Clone Wars with Maul's reappearance in that, but this comic gives us a pretty epic encounter between two of the most ruthless, dangerous characters in all of Star Wars. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you.